Squad, what's up? Less than two crew. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing fine. Hope you had a lovely holiday. And welcome back for the final weekend of the year, aka the final pad of the year. So, a warm welcome to you all. And let me say hello to the early chatters before we get any further. I'm going to miss some of you because I think some of y'all got in before the scroll. So Liv, thank you for the 62 months. Appreciate you. Generally welcome in. Melody with the 61 months. Appreciate it, Melody. Welcome in. Weedy, hello. Chrissy, what's good? Pam Bella, Jen in the building. We got Jinx. We got Jade. We got Jackie. Lil Leaf, what's up? Joelle in the building. We got Kansas. A bunch of Crunch. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Repeat respawning. Welcome in. Dylan, Little Miss Andre. Bree, hello. Grace, Walling, Soja, Daisy, Viddy Cent, AJ Daniels, Sal's here. We got HRH, Breezy, Devi, Forval, Cupcakes are nice, Terra Teeth, Pixie Stick, Sam Fram, Melody, Lori, Blondenstein, Samantha Willow, and Caroline. Thank you for the 50 months with the prominent one of these. So I do appreciate you using on me. Welcome back into the Lesson 2 crew. Russ, hello, what's good? Can of Biscuits. What's up, Jackie? Thank you for the 15 stream streak. Appreciate it. Here for the vibes break from Family Holiday Dynamics. Sounds good, Caroline. I got you. Welcome in. Jen Rads, hello, welcome in. Papaya. Buckeye, what's up? What's up? Robot, hello, hello. Papaya. Thank you for the 62 months. You appreciate it, Papaya. Happy Boxing Day to you too, Anthony. Katie, hello, welcome in. Scarred Kel, Reality Alley. Chalet, hello, and welcome. All right. I'm caught up with you all now. Nice show with the patients. Thank you, End Hero. It was fun. I had a fun time today on the old Traitors Q&A we did. But an underreported story. Obviously, I think before we say anything, a very tragic thing happened today. I'm sure y'all have seen the news break out by now. If not, you're going to find out now. Mickey from last season of Big Brother passed away due to complications. Which she had, to my knowledge, she had some cardiac arrest due to the flu that had gone wrong. And then she was under intensive care. And it is absolutely shocking, Nikki. That's exactly how I felt as well. Especially yesterday, I see. But yeah. I've not even bothered looking at, because of course, like when I opened my socials earlier, after finding out about the news, it's like a lot of people being, sympathetic and empathetic and, saying their condolences. But then there's also people that are still just mind-numbingly so involved in drama farming and Big Brother bullshit that they're like, but look at how this alum responded. Look how this one responded. And it's like, first of all, it's the fucking holidays. Do you have nothing better to do? Second of all, someone passed. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway, just wanted to say that at the top because obviously I know this is something that happened today. And then we can proceed with our regularly scheduled programming. The form is open if you want to anonymously leave any questions, and feel free to go ahead. And then otherwise we will be, answering questions in here. Shout out to the people over at Cook Unity who have sponsored our stream today. If you have not yet chosen to do so, give yourself an opportunity and look up Cook Unity, see what they have to offer. Very extensive menu, easy food, good quality, delivered right to your doorstep. With my code, you get 50% off your first box. So feel free to check that out if you would like. All right, let me scroll up and see what y'all are saying, chat. We don't see. Oh, can we watch? Are y'all down to watch that Traitors video that dropped today? It's like 10 minutes. If you're down, I would love to watch that with you because I have not checked it out yet. So. Yeah, Ashley getting like for a response, what is even that, I'm equally happy. I literally closed it and moved on. You know what's bad when I'm like, you know what? Maybe the For You side is better than my own personal curated side on Twitter, because my For You side is all like stream stuff, stream drama, streamer news. So I'm like, yeah, I'd rather see this than some of the stuff like our little realm does. Jesse, thank you for the prime sub. Appreciate it. Welcome back for month number 27. Thank you. Welcome in. Down. Yes. Okay. So then let's queue it up then, shall we? That'll be a good place to start here. Liv, can you pin the question form, please? Less than 2 weeks before the Traitors begins, chat. Isn't that wild? Isn't that truly wild? I can't believe that's where we are already. All right. Always done to watch things, Traitors? Yes. Yes. Spoilers for those that haven't seen previous seasons, by the way. Alrighty, well, heads up. If you do not want to know or hear about anything that's happened in the first 3 seasons of the US, avoid this video. But I feel like you are going to be tapped in. All right. Let me go ahead and do this. And I think what we learned last time, right, was that if I do full screen, my computer will not, my OBS will not allow that to be captured for whatever reason. So we'll do theater mode. I feel like that should be fine, right? That should be okay. Okay. Did you ever find the spoiler hand? It's in my luggage. I do not think I found the spoiler hand. I don't see it upon first view around here. I also will tell you about the story of how I fumbled my one purchase of Boxing Day after we watched this together. But so for reference, this was brought to my attention during the Traitors Q&A that I did, but I had not watched it. So I said I'll watch it later and talk about it on stream. Then I forgot to watch it till now. So I get to watch it now for the first time with my lovely community. All right. Let's do this. It would be great if I unmuted the tab, though. That would be phenomenal, I think. And also, hold on. Before I do that, I need to do one more other tinker. And that is to unlink this and then mute this and add that. Okay. Now we can watch it.
Mirror on the wall. Who's the most devious of them all?
Everybody's got to die.
Thank you, Forv.
Insane. Steel yourself. The time of judgment is upon.
I don't need the subtitles. I usually love a good subtitle, but on YouTube it doesn't hit.
I love Phaedra. That's my frick to my Frank. You know what I'm saying? That's my beau. She's the...
Video's a bit quiet. Say less. All you got to do is say less and we got you. I got to do that, I think. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we?
Steel yourself. The time
This seems appropriately loud now.
I love Phaedra. That's my frick to my Frank. You know what I'm saying? That's my beau. She's the queen of traitors.
I will not tolerate bad behavior in the round table.
Love the Real Housewives. Feel like the Housewives is what TV was invented for.
What you might have forgot, Peter, is this is not The Bachelor, and I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose.
She doesn't know I'm here. This was the worst. Like, how dare you guys ask me to keep that secret?
Phaedra is living proof of why I think you should take chances on traitors that are not just from Survivor or Big Brother.
Don't come for the housewives, honey. Don't do the housewives thing, Parvati.
I've got my predatory headband on, and I'm coming for that bachelor.
Bring Parvati back. She's gone too soon.
Parvati's done so much.
I've done the dirty deed. The murder has been done.
Ekinsu.
I'll say
This is exciting because we'll get to see who else is talking about the rest of the cast. Because the more we see of Rob, if this is just Rob like firing off people that he liked on the show, Rob covered 3 seasons of this with me. He better have things to say. And then some of them I feel like would not have as much to say. You know what I mean? So it's like, who is not tapped in? So, yeah.
Sandra, the queen, does not like it if you don't include her.
If the traitors here were screwed, right? What happens is if they murder and banish 2 people from this group, now there's only 5 against 5.
This is the best thing I've ever experienced.
Can I include myself? Have you forgotten I got murdered the first night? The first night. Shall we remind everyone? Dorinda by order.
Dorinda, you went out first night. You can't name yourself as one of the most iconic players of all time, then, please.
Order of the traitors, you have been murdered. How can this be?
We lost a good one.
But we cannot grieve forever.
Who else is welcome back to the castle like Dorinda Medley has been?
Kate Chastain. Perfect segue.
There's a new guest in my casa.
Oh my God. Just tell me everything. Who do we hate?
I would describe her as smart, funny, and messy.
I'm walking through a river. I'm already doing more than I want to.
One thing I would never do is go like 70% or half-ass on the challenges.
Kate,
Of course, Mark. Of course.
Because I'm a liability.
We've seen her blow up and her put it back together, and I just think she's so resilient.
I love a little chaos in the castle.
Well, I love Dolores. Obviously, she won last year.
Dolores was so like, my word is my bond, family is everything, like that. And baby, I would have played that girl like a fiddle. I would have been in here. But, oh yeah, I would have every Sunday. You know, I used to be a minister.
I trust Danielle. She is a honest and loyal person.
Literally no.
The winner of this game isn't maybe going to be the best person that played the game.
Iva, you had a heated argument with Dorinda, and I saw something in you that made me feel like you were a traitor.
After watching how it played out last season, I think answer all the questions wrong at the round table and then be a winner.
Tom, I voted for you.
That's so brutal to hear someone who went out first say that about you when you won the goddamn game. That's so brutal. Like,
Nikki, Fiverr, Tony.
The drag queen is my best friend. And when he came up in this castle, I gave him a rule book. I told him how to behave, and he defied all of that. He did his own thing, and you see what happened. He got his ass sent home.
And I don't even think you're a traitor, but you are misguided. That should be your drag name. Welcome to the stage, Misguided.
So my own...
that was one of the most... I didn't mention this one when I was asked what were the most iconic moments of the Traitors. That's one of them right
only
there.
Goal is to really just do better than Bob.
I'm standing 10 toes down. You are scared of me. Everything he said about me is actually true about him. You can't be like me. You will never be like me. I'm almost done. I never
You're found out now.
Oh my God, I hate that I have to say Boston Rob.
Wow, jab.
I don't like him, but you have to give it to him, right?
I'm gonna murder them all. I can't wait.
Like what he did with his time on the game and how he kept it moving was pretty fantastic.
Ask yourselves who, every time there's a decision, there's a deflection.
That was a great moment too.
Bob, the drag queen. Vicious, I know.
But we've seen someone like Sari play a really steady, calm game and go all the way to the end and snatch all of it.
I am a faithful at heart, but I'm a traitor in this game.
Seriously?
Sari, the queen of everything,
Coming in to play the most incredible game that anybody's ever seen.
I never saw that coming.
Sari needs the Best Actor Oscar immediately.
Played them like a fiddle.
Friends here, but you have to also be aware that they might stab you in the back.
I am basically throwing Carolyn underneath the bus.
Danielle, she scared the shit out of me.
I feel deliciously wicked.
I really don't like her. And it is all because of how she played the game.
It's time to act our asses off.
Yeah, it's because of the edit too, though.
Follow Queen Traitor.
That housewife would definitely suss her out, please. She had too many range of emotions.
Yes!
Ma'am, the housewives did not suss her. Literally, Dolores still didn't suss her until the very, very, very end. She voted with them. Had the three of them stuck together, Dolores would have been part of a losing majority of 3 that would have then gone on to win the game. Let me not.
She had to be up to something.
Don't you fake those tears.
I'm not thinking if I go out, I go out, but I'm gonna save my peace.
I hate when someone is so serious, takes a game too serious. Like, don't get me wrong, we all want to get to the end, but don't we want to have fun doing it?
Yes.
I dreamed about this. I slept in a cloak. There is nobody else here who's done that. I guarantee it.
If I can describe Carolyn in 3 words, fun, crazy, and kooky.
I am always that, like, turd on the wall. But this turd will get to the end.
I love that woman. She is hilarious.
Okay, I like that endorsement from Maura.
Being a traitor, I was shocked to see Carolyn. We're all idiots. She's playing the best game.
Underestimated all the time.
People don't suspect that I'm actually playing a game, and this is exactly what I want.
Little do they know is that that's the power. Embracing all the stuff that people think is a weakness.
You know how hard it is not to just...
I'd put Gabby Wendy up there. I thought she played a great game.
Good shout.
I love smoked salmon. I love the pickles on the side. I want a pickle. And truthfully, I'm trying to get the tea. What do you guys think?
Being underestimated in this game is a beautiful thing. What show were you on again?
Bachelor, Bachelorette.
So how did it end?
How did it end? I'm a lesbian now.
Yeah.
People think that when you're cute with lashes and makeup on, that you're not to be taken seriously.
Red flags, red flags, red flags.
That's how you get in there and crush them.
I think you're super smart, Gabby.
I'm not saying I'm dumb, but you think I'm 3 steps ahead.
I think a lot of people actually
Come on.
would never consider Bachelor and Bachelor.
All right, so Colton, did you watch anything? Because this is the first time we've seen you all video, and it's talking about one Bachelor that was on the show.
Bachelorettes to be gamers, and I think that's a pretty big mistake.
The trap worked. The traitors took the bait, and now I know at least one traitor is in that group.
Oh my God.
Fire the shield.
Mic drop.
Here's the thing. I give Pilot Pete a lot of shit for turning down being a traitor and then basically willingly going down with the faithful ship. But forever and a day, this man will have pulled a fast one on Dan Giesling on his resume with that gambit that he had. Like, holy shit.
Obviously, they've had success on the show, and it's because they're playing a game against production the entire season.
Peter totally led me off the scent. I'm like, he's just not that slick. He's the Bachelor. You know, he gives roses out. He doesn't give out like crazy game theories, but he got.
Which is the #1 critique I have of anybody that comes into this franchise and immediately thinks the non-gamers are going to be shit at the game. Big mistake.
Checkmate.
I'd put Dylan Efron up there. Thought he played a fantastic game.
You're so smart and so good.
A bit of a golden retriever, a social butterfly, pretty outgoing and loyal.
Very faithful, very dedicated. So all those traits at the end of the day make him winner.
I am.
Okay. Dorinda clearly does not understand the game. That's fine. But I do find it interesting that Stephen Coletti said all that stuff about Dylan, because I do think Stephen Coletti is going to end up filling that role quite well if he makes some good connections.
The faithful. We won this game. That's an underdog story right there.
I'm a fan of this show because it has it all. It has
Classic
the
Rob.
gameplay, the camp, and a cast that is going to always bring it.
I have watched every season of The Traitors. So, like, the fact that I'm sitting here is just outrageous to me. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh, that's
It's
sick.
outrageous.
I hope for your sake you made the right choice.
I
did warn them.
46 videos. Hold on. What else you got for us here? I've seen this one already. What's this one? The reality TV lore behind the castle. Oh, this is just like where they came from. That's fine. Contestants reveal their backstabbing. Have I watched this? I think I've watched this one. You know what? Never mind. I think we've watched these. Yeah, that's very interesting to me. Where the fuck is Tiffany is a great question, because I think Tiffany's probably the biggest surprise not being included in any of that at all. Yeah, because I think like every other CBS person got at least a little bit. Rob did get a lion's share on this one. I think it just comes to with the fact that Rob covered the show for 3 seasons. He's probably the most tapped in of anyone there. So, by the way, I don't like this new narrative that like I'm the Lord Ivar hater when Rob literally despised that man. So I don't know why we're talking about me in that spot. So, all right, let me scroll up and kind of see what is being said here. I think the opposite interest can. I think everyone thinks everyone else is smarter than they actually are and give each other too much credit for their reads. Wait, what is this in reference to, Aoi? We did not see Donna there either. Do you think they're giving away who wins with these videos? Absolutely not. There's nothing to read. It was a YouTube video. There's nothing to read on that at all, I don't think. But no, they're doing a really good job this year of promoting. I feel like we're getting a lot more content than we have in the past with regards to getting preseason content, which I'm very happy about. Also, 8 questions already in the form. Y'all be cooking. Oh, and I got to bring back the music. Sorry about that. I need slower music. There we go. Yeah, no Ron either in the video. Michael Rappaport was in the video, though. Rob Roush was not in the video, I will say. Very interesting which new contestant got a lot of screen time in the video. Yeah, no Tara or Johnny, absolutely right. Ron is incredibly sweet. I can't wait for y'all to meet him proper. You were giving me shit? Yeah, a lot of people be giving me shit. I have to set the record straight in case someone comes in and like, wait, is that really true? Like, have you seen the fact that the red cloak? Okay, can we? Is that a video, Jill, that you can send? Can we look at that? Because that could have certain ramifications for the Traitors US also, the Traitors UK promo. I'd be down to look at that right now. When you're talking about Dan discrediting Peter because he was an odd gamer. Oh, then you said, what did you say? You said, you think it's the opposite in Canada? You think everyone thinks everyone else is smarter than they are and give each other way too much credit for their reads? I think that comes with the territory of like, if you talk very confidently in a room, they're just like, yeah, no, fuck it. Let's follow this person. And I think just the fact that it's a half and half more often than not, I think that also plays into it. Like whoever's in part of these videos are probably early boots or something. I truly do not think they would give away the results of their show for a 8-minute promo video on YouTube. In fact, I would make the opposite argument, which is, wouldn't you want to then utilize the people who you think people are coming to see if they're not going to be there? Like, if you want the figure skating Winter Olympics crowd to pull up, you would have Johnny and Tara in that promo. If you want the Super Bowl crowd, the football crowd, the Swifties to be there, you're going to put Donna Kelsey in there. I don't think that tracks. We did see Ian. It was a split. He had one confessional talking about someone being underestimated, and that was it. Ron does stream. In fact, HH, we rated Ron last week, last pad. I think production had to love Rob during that due to his game knowledge. 100%. I'm very surprised Tiffany wasn't there, I will say. You found that IG sounds good, Joe. I'm on the fence of getting a Baja Blast. Should I get one? You have come to the right place because I'm going to play devil's advocate and say yes. I will say absolutely get you that Baja Blast. What are your thoughts on contestants that arrive late in the game? I don't love it. I would rather everyone starts at the same time, low key. But it is what it is. I would much rather people start at the same time at the beginning. Late additions, like the Kate Chastain one person coming in late is fine. But when they brought 3 men into the show at the same time last season, I was like, come on, man. Like, and these were some people that I was excited to see, to a certain degree, but we didn't need all 3 of them in one season. Traitors UK has a fun new trailer, and there's a, yes, that's the one I'm going to look at if we get the link for it. No UK Traitors. No, it's not UK Traitors spoiler. It's a commercial for, it's a trailer for the new season upcoming. Natalie A was also in the video, although briefly. I don't think there's much to explain. Why would they have to explain why Dorinda's there? For the same reason people assume Bananas was going to be back last season, they can assume Dorinda's here. What do you mean, Seraph? Let me get a question in, because the questions are forming. Favorite OG season of 90 Days? Started my 90 Day Fiancé journey and want the best, most drama seasons. Oh my God. Oh, there's a lot. Shit. Okay, well, my bias is making me want to direct you towards the first Gino and Jasmine season, and they're not an OG couple necessarily, but they're more like new OG or new era. I would say going to meet Darcy for her first season would be a shout. The first season of Before the 90 Day. That could be a good spot for you to kick things off also. Before the 90 Days, I think, was the most fun entry into the franchise. If you're looking for even more OG, I feel like Danielle and Muhammad is one a lot of people will talk about. Nicole and Azan would be another one a lot of people would talk about. What was the name of that guy and that girl? They're not coming to mind at this point. Very old. Yeah. You know, memes would dictate that you should look at Big Ed's season. I would say you're fine. Skip Big Ed. Prefer Boston Robin last season rather than Robsy having to share with Spotlight with them. I agree. I think Wes should have been on this season. Probably. Like, we have no challenge person this season. We could have put Wes on here instead of last season. Do you see any twists from Traitors Canada appear this season of Traitors USA? No, because they wouldn't have known about them. Thank you for this link, Jill. I appreciate it. It's 25 seconds. 25 seconds is a good enough shout for us to check out right now. How long have I been covering 90 Day? I've been covering 90 Day since 2021. And I have done, let me tell you, actually, I can access this information. Let me tell you exactly how many episodes I have covered 90 Day for now. And I've obviously, remember, some of these are done as double ups, but for the since I started, I've covered every major season. So Before the 90 Day, regular 90 Day, The Other Way, and Happily Ever After, all of them I've covered. So since I've started in 2021, there are a total of 284 episodes of 90 Day Fiancé that I've posted. Soon to be 285. Do you watch the 90 Day spinoff? All of them. I watched all of them. Sometimes I feel like it's unhealthy to watch all of them. Jenny and Sumit is a great one also. Their story's still going too. Is the Duke of Deception a self-appointed title or a given name? Kellyanne, who would give it to me? No, I would, at the beginning of podcasts early on in the Traitors run, I would introduce myself when I was hosting with a moniker, and the Duke of Deception was the one that really was the easiest to roll off the tongue and the one that felt smoothest. So I kept using it, and now it's mine. I stole it. I didn't steal it. I took it. I made it happen, okay? I made Duke of Deception happen. And then John Burkow thought he could take my moniker back, and he couldn't. So there you go. And yeah, it's because when with 90 Day, I had to have a good intro. I'm the conductor of the Hot Mess Express, so kind of worked that way. Yeah, Cupcakes, not that man. Not that man. You want Tiffany in the turret, but at one point it's going to become the meta to target gamers. I mean, Apple, that's the thing we say, right? Is that if they are in the turret this season, we hope they don't get targeted for it. But I think ultimately it's going to eventually happen where they're like, yep, let's just get rid of the gamers. And then that's going to be a problem. Nini. What, like Nini Leaks? Weedy? Who's that? Or is that who you're talking about? Can I have some leftover mac and cheese? The Lord knows I have a lot left over. So, yeah. You're watching Happily Ever After season 3 and it's been more of a shit show than you expected. Some of those earlier seasons are a good time. Even the Happily Ever Afters are a good time. You should do a celebration for your 300th. If I keep track of it, I would absolutely be down to do that. Do you think New York would get cast for a Traitor season? I'm quite surprised she hasn't yet. I think she's done nothing but build up her goodwill for television with House of Villains. So that would not shock me if that was to happen. All right, let's look at this trailer real quick.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I'm joking.
And what word on the street is that there is going to be something known as the Red Traitor. So like could it be like a neutral role type thing? I don't know. But that's going to happen January 1st. I think Tiffany can do well whether or not she's in the turret though, Seraph. I don't think she needs to be in the turret to do well. I think there's quite a few Traitors candidates this season also. Is there any reason New York is on every single season of House of Villains? I think she's just good entertainment for them. Why? I didn't say shuffle. Why are you shuffling them still? There we go. Now it's fixed. Red Wings, thank you for the 49 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Who knows how much money House of Villains is giving New York to appear 3 seasons in a row? No idea. Maybe the Red Traitor is Jack from UK3. It's part of the twist. I don't know what that means, so we'll find out, I guess. And given that it's going to be on the UK, I'm going to assume it's going to be on the US until I'm been given a reason not to. Does House of Villains contract conflict with people being able to take apart another show for a year? I don't think so, because if I recall, Wes went on House of Villains and then went on Traitors relatively back to back. If I recall. So I don't think so. All right, next question in the form is, do you think the Mickey song should be taken down? She made videos dancing to it and stuff going along with the jokes, but it seems insensitive. I mean, if people are going to use the song to be like mean and shit about someone who's passed, yes. But otherwise, if she seemed to have like made videos dancing with it and going with the jokes, I think it's fine. That's my 2 cents. God, oh my God, I hope you're doing okay. Have you ever broken a bone before? Thankfully, I have never broken a bone before. I've rolled my ankle really bad once, but that's about it. Like I woke up and I couldn't put weight on it. It was bad, but you and Scally can seem to say Maura Higgins would be a good trader on her preview podcast. Love to hear that, Gravity Glue, because Scally and I talking made me change my tune on Maura. So yeah. What are the franchises are out there that need representation on the show? Interesting question. I mean, we've never had someone from 90 Day, ironically enough, on this show. We've had 90 Day rep on other shows just fine. I would like to see a 90 Day representative over here. Now, who that would be, I don't know. I'm actually terrified to say that because that just screams they're going to get someone like Big Ed on there, which would be a nightmare. So. I agree with that take, Soja, the AI aspect of it. Do you hope the trader incentive banishment from Canada 3 is also included in UK 4 and US 4? I think it's a good thing to add in for the people, for the faithful to a certain degree. I think it just adds a good amount of gameplay, and it allows, even though I think most people will not give a shit about that change. I think enough people might that it could be good, and it also could make it a little bit harder on the traders, who people argue have an easier road to play the game than others. So I would like them to add it. I just don't see it being added for, at the very least, this upcoming cycle. So, I didn't realize the Olympics are super close until your preview. That convinced me that one will be in a turret. See, that's what I'm saying. Well, we would like a crossover. Which pods, generally? We also don't get an Amazing Race rep as well. Natalie Anderson was an Amazing Race rep before Survivor. I'm about to watch Survivor. Amazon, is it worth watching All Stars for Rob? I would say why not? If you have the time, go for it. I watched 3 shows in the last 2-3 days, chat. Love is Blind is a good shout also, man. I'm surprised we haven't had Love is Blind rep yet. Izzy on the Traitors would be money. Could you imagine all 90 day season of Amazing Race? No, please. We cannot have that. That would be a nightmare. Chada and Joseph would be great additions. Do you think the Traitors producer already have a season 5 cast in mind? I don't think so. They probably have people that they reached out to that were alternates for this season that they have on their list for the future. Was one of them? It was not Red Wings. Absolutely not. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone from the Circle on the Traitors? I think there's quite a few good candidates from the Circle as well. UK and US for that matter. Anyone from Too Hot to Handle? We need Harry Judson in the castle. Oh my god. Do we though? Do we? The closest we've had to Netflix crossover on the Traitors has been on Canada. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. We have had Chriselle was from Selling Sunset from Netflix, and Kevin from was it Bling Empire on season 2? We've had at least 2. Mike White could do the Traitors. I don't see why not. Unless he just doesn't have a love for it. Maybe Survivor's his only love. So you watched 48 and it wasn't as bad as people were saying. Maybe because you don't watch it live. I think that's part of it, Fordor. I think that's definitely part of it. And had you watched 49 this season, Fordor, or no? Farming for that is okay. Give me Francesca over Harry. I would co-sign. Put someone from Secret Dollar Millionaire on Trace. If I could remember any of their names, AJ, I'd co-sign, but that was a fun show for sure. I hope there's a season 2 for that. Yeah, to root for Riz God. Shubham would be the faithful of all faithfuls. And then he would get murdered, like banished in episode 3. That's what would happen to Shubham. What are you doing on your second monitor? I have 3 monitors, Jess. Get your money up, not your funny up. All right, next question in the form. Hypothetically, if one of the less than 2 crew was cast for the Traitors, would you be open to / and or allowed to chat with them before heading to the castle, kind of like sharing thoughts or consulting? Absolutely, it's allowed, first of all. And second of all, if you ever think that I will be worth I'd be worth discussing strat with, absolutely hit me up. Absolutely hit me up. I have no problem with that. I will tell you this, I have consulted and shared thoughts with multiple contestants at this point in my podcasting career about going on the Traitors. So you have that information. Do with that what you will. Ooh, Sydney, I remember now, AJ, as well. And Sam, I remember as well now. Have them hit me up, Papaya. Have them hit me up. Asking random Rob C question here in case it is for real and he doesn't want it publicized or it's just false. About 5 days ago or so, RHAP posted on Twitter that Mike White cast Rob in season 4 of White Lotus. There were all sorts of congrats, and then 2 hours later, the post was pulled down. Any info on this? I don't have direct info on this. My big assumption is that was a meme format that was happening because 2 people did get announced for being on the cast for the White Lotus season 4, and the RHAP account, as it does, was like, yo, wouldn't it be funny if we said Rob's going on, because like we love Rob, obviously universal take in our circle. So that goes up, and I think a lot of people took it very seriously and took it as factual. And I think once it became a little too real, it was like, let's pull this before anyone gets mad. So I'm assuming that's what happened. I didn't read the replies to it. I didn't see all the tweets about it, but I had heard that it went up and I had heard that it had gone down, and that's my assumption for it, because that is the thing that makes the most sense to me. If you're presented different than Pooya's, his advice might only be general instead of specific. I will never give you specific advice for these shows. I've given the advice I've parted ways with to people has been very general. It's been a lot of like things that you can do to prep, and then things that you can do while there. And more so, it's like, hey, watch this season so you can see an example of this scenario so you can avoid it. Or watch this season for an example of this scenario so you can know what to do if this happens in your cast. Because at the end of the day, there are so many different people in the world. Everyone's unique. The cast you get will dictate how you should play your game. Some casts will be very, very forthcoming with information. Some casts will be very, very finicky. Some casts will be very loud. Some will be very quiet. So you won't know until you see. Really? Because Rob mentioned on the Fire 5 around then that was posted that he had to make a one-day business trip to LA. Let me tell you this, chat. If Rob says Cernino gets cast to be on the White Lotus, do you really think the RHAP account is going to be the one breaking that news? No. You know who would be breaking that news? Proper Publication would be breaking that news, because we want those clicks. We want that traffic. Why would we post it from the local account? You know? Remember, we are the same network where we avoid speaking about casts and decisions that are made until they're official. So until the official accounts say something, we ain't gonna say something. Don't be a clown and vote out the gamers. My lockpick is Donna. We'll see, Kate, but I do think so. I don't know what advice you gave Omer before he went on the show. I assume it wasn't tell everyone you couldn't tie your shoes until you were a grown man. You couldn't waterboard that kind of information out of me, straight up. I don't know why that man volunteered that information, but here we are. Do you think they haven't announced the premiere date of House of Villains yet because they want to wait till the Traitors is done? I don't think so. I don't think that factors into it. You felt bad for falling for it? Russ. Oh my God. Come on, Russ. How dare you? Need that via deadline. That's what I'm saying. You need that source, you know? If Pop Crave isn't dropping this information, then what are we doing? We've done something wrong. That's fair, Russ. When do they usually record the Traitors reunion show? I'm not 100% sure. But if I remember correctly, last year, didn't they record it like mid-season, like mid-airing somewhere? What do you think the most savvy non-gamers will be excluding money? Because that's obvious. I think Eric Nam will be good. I think Eric Nam's going to be very good. Kind of underrated. I think Mark Ballas knows a lot more than people are going to assume he does. So I'm curious to see how he uses that information and knowledge. I think Mora also is going to be very savvy. Was it a week out from the finale? Was it just that little bit of time, or was it a little bit more, Taylor? I feel like when they recorded it, or maybe I'm thinking of season 2. Season 2 was like more mid-season, I think. Ish. Maybe. I don't... As a fan of Monet, I think she'll be worse than many things. She is susceptible to lies and falsehoods. I have to just ask this. Do y'all think Monet does better than Bob the Drag Queen or not? Remember that build-up with Dylan picking Rob up from the airport? It felt close to the finale. Yeah, I remember seeing the TikTok. You think dead even or before? Damn. I do want it for Monet. Okay, longer question here. All right, let's see. Okay, can you help me out with a situation I had with a friend recently? Sure, let's see what you got. So there's this friend, let's call him Paul. Okay, hello, Paul. And Paul put himself out there and decided to host an event for a bunch of our friends. Cool. Unfortunately, there was a miscommunication and Paul kind of forgot to give us the address of the party. What? So a bunch of us didn't know where to go and we're late. Okay, we eventually figured it out. But the problem is Paul had another commitment he had to go to. So by the time most of us figured out the address, Paul was already gone. That makes no... So this guy, where the fuck did he host this party or this event? Paul was already gone. Fast forward to the next day, and now Paul is really mad at me and the few of us and is saying some really deranged things. Here's where things get complicated. Here's where things get complicated. I need your help. Me and Paul had been getting a bit closer lately, and he seems particularly upset with me, specifically this person. We had an argument about it, and things got tense. And he said that he was going to clap me with a bit of cheekiness to it. My question for you is, do you think he meant clap or clap? If it was tense and you were arguing, I don't think Paul was like, yeah, we're going to have sex later. I don't think that's what happened here. But also, is Paul insinuating that you're going to get into like a thing of fisticuffs? Because I don't know if that's happening. What is this question? I'm so confused. If you're still here, I need clarifying parts to this. Number one, you and Paul getting close. What do you mean by that? Define being close. That's one. Number two, why is Paul particularly upset with you? Because wouldn't Paul have just given you the address? Why didn't Paul give you the address? And then number three, I need a little more clarification about what led up to this phrase being thrown out there. So you let me know these things and we can see where we go from here. But thank you for feeling comfortable asking this question. Sorry I can't be of better help right now. Pam Bella, thank you for the gifted sub to Sir Toby. Appreciate that, Pam. Thank you so much. Welcome in, Sir Toby. Compliments of Pam. Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay. L. Paul. Yeah, common Paul L. We give Paul a 5-4 vote. Wow, Taylor. I will say, if Paul makes it to the end of House of Villains and they lose 5-4 again. Wait, can they lose 5-4 at that point? I'm trying to count how many people vote on House of Villains. Maybe Paul might clap your hands, but in one context, you know? I don't think I like it either way. It's not great either way. I agree. Hey, welcome in, Sir Toby. Number one, see your way out of that relationship friendship is my immediate reaction. Yeah, and without any other clarification, I hard agree. Have I discussed my Spotify Wrapped at all? I did. I talked about it on The Pal with Liana, and I think we talked about it here also, if I recall correctly. But if you have any specific questions, I'm happy to answer them. The trader strategy question, I feel like there's a really strong strategy in grabbing all the non-gamers that you like and going full Survivor South Pacific cult leader on them. Seems to be a pretty impenetrable strategy, especially if you are about 2 to 3 on the poll. See, sure, but there's no guarantee you're going to be able to A, make that strat work, B, reap the benefits of that. Pilot Pete took everyone in and made a group with the non-gamers to go after the gamer side, and then he doesn't even last long enough to reap the benefits of that. I think that at that point, you're not playing the Traitors, right? At that point, you're playing Survivor, where you're making an alliance, you're like, let's just whittle it down and go from there. I think that the reality is being in that environment and the fact that a lot of people do not look at the game the same way, you are almost in a very tough spot to make that happen at all. Because, like, for example, think of the non-gamers. Lord Ivar only listened to men in that castle. And so if Dylan Efron and Sam Asghari did not basically tell this man to listen to whatever they're saying, he's not following shit. Dolores was on the wrong planet for so long and only last second switches to the right team and wins. I think that you're going to have a lot of people like that where, yes, if you can control them, that's great, but also they might like you. They might not like the people you're rolling with. So if they're in this group, they're like listening to you, like, okay, we'll vote together. But then you're friends with like Donald and they don't like Donald. I don't think they're going to work with you just because they don't like Donald. So I think that's the problem with this strat. It's a great strat if it works, but I think it's a lot harder to execute than one would think. No marbles tonight. No, sadly. Sadly not. I do think taking Tom out was a traitor mistake. Tom? I'm trying to think what season we're discussing here. All right, next question. Can we get an update of the creepy baby? The creepy baby is no longer part of this house. Oh, Sandoval. I agree. That was a huge mistake. They should have kept Sandoval in. Murdering Sandoval was the beginning of the end for the Traitors. The creepy baby has been moved over. Liana re-gifted the creepy baby and did not get the creepy baby back. So I told Liana, I was like, if you want to keep the creepy baby, do not re-gift the creepy baby, because if you want to keep it, then all you're going to do is for one of your 3 gifts, you're going to steal the creepy baby. So what's the point in doing that? Just keep the baby. She's like, but it's tradition. We always gift the creepy baby. I was like, well, then if you're always going to gift the creepy baby, then do you have to be willing to let the creepy baby go? So I didn't let her steal our own gift back this year like she did last year. So, yeah. Is anyone going to the Traitors experience in New York City or London? I have not been made aware of anybody else that's going. I'm also not going to be going. I know I said everything else, but yeah. I thought you watched All Her Fault. I did watch All Her Fault. I watched A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and All Her Fault, and now I'm about 2 seasons through Dexter in the last 3 days. Because I was there for I was part of the Cousins gift exchange via Zoom, and I told Liana not to take the creepy baby, like steal the creepy baby back. So that's what I mean by that. I should send you to London and check it out. Would love that. I would be down. I would go. Yeah, it's my first time watching Dexter. I've never seen it. How did you decide the order to release your individual cast assessment videos? Great question. I didn't want it to be done in like batches because I didn't want it to be, all right, every CBS person is the first 5 releases, then it's every housewife. I wanted it to be a healthy mix of like back and forth, like, gamer, housewife, Love Island, this one, that one. And then you kind of have like levels that, you're kind of resetting every couple of days and getting something new. It was mostly that. And that's really the main thing that I focused on for this. I kind of knew what the beginning and end were, and I had to fill out the middle. And that was the middle order that I kind of leaned on, was with that logic in mind. I recommend The Beast in Me on Netflix. What is that about? But yeah, I've been deep into this specific genre lately. Is Eric Stein going to be covering Traitors for RHAP? I'm going to be covering Traitors for RHAP. You trying to give Eric my job? Is that what you're saying? How much say do you get in how Traitors is covered? I have a say in booking guests. As in, I do give recommendations for guests. And I mean, what else could I be doing? I don't get to control when we do exit interviews, but that's never been in the control of the podcast. It's always in control of the company, or the company being the network. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. Is there more? What other things could one control or get a say in, I guess? Are you looking forward to the large amount of English-speaking series that you'll be covering in 2026? I think it'll be 8 seasons in total if the U.S. Civilians is releasing in 2026. Okay, so let's do the math. There will be U.S. regular, U.S. civilian. There will be UK regular, UK celebrity. There will be New Zealand return, Australia return, Canada comes back, Ireland comes back. And is that all of them? Am I missing something, or is that 8? That's 8, right? That's it. That's the 8. I mean, that's amazing. And aside from UK and US original, I think they're all going to be scattered relatively across the year, which is nice. Who does Tiffany's player preview? I don't want to tell you. I want you to get surprised. Actually, I say that. I feel like you're going to find out soon anyway. Because if I'm not mistaken, when the videos are set for premiere, you do see who is on them, I think. I think you do see who's on them. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I think, because yeah, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be joined by Hannah Chada for Tiffany. Keep it to yourself, chat. Let other people, if they don't figure it out, let them find out when it drops. What do you mean you'd have to think about it if Eric is an option? Has it been discussed if/how Rob can podcast about the Traitors? Nope. All will come to light in less than 2 weeks. We'll find out together, chat. The fact that the Peacock official YouTube video for season 4 Traitors has 10+ million views has me hyped. We're in for a very interesting year of the Traitors, I think. Do you watch Traitors from other countries? I've watched. If you're asking specifically for non-English speaking ones, I have seen some. And by some, I mean, I've seen Traitors Quebec. I intend on watching Traitors India at some point, and I've been told to check out Hungary. Those are the 2 other franchises I'm looking to get to sooner rather than later. Season 2 observers won't be out till 2027. Isn't that nasty? Not having Severance after Traitors has me feeling lost. And the thing is, like, if some of my shows that I watch would be on alternating years, I could handle that, right? Like, so say next year we get Severance season 3, the year after we get Pluribus season 2, I can live with that. But the fact that we're probably not going to get them both till like the same year anyway means we get nothing next year. So that's what I've heard also, Katie, that Hungry 1 was good. Can you rank the gamers based on how likely they are to be loved by the masses? P.S. I'm praying we don't have to deal with Danielle level hate this year. I think that if I was to rank them, I think that Jam Jam's going to be number 1. I think Rob is going to be number 2. I think, ooh. Oh, this is tough. Maybe Rob's number 3, you know. I think Natalie's going to be number 2. And then maybe Rob, then Tiffany, or Tiffany, then Rob even. It really comes down to what... I think Ian's last because I don't see Ian making it far. I'm so curious. I don't see any of them being hated. None of them are particularly villainous. Although one of them could be a traitor and then the villainy comes out, but... What does it take them so long to make so few episodes? That's what I've been asking for years now. What is Paradise, Terra? I don't know, just me, but the more I watch reality TV, the less I care about scripted TV. I enjoy reality TV. I feel like I'm usually all in on reality TV, but lately I've been getting into my scripted bag and it's been fun. Like, All Her Fault was absolutely incredible. It was very fun to watch. Ian would probably be liked. If he survives long enough, I could see him being a good underdog there for sure. Hey, Pooya, what if every Traitors cast member was a home decor item? What home decor item would they each be? That implies that I can name 23 different home decor items that would be fun to put people into. I'm so worried Rob will get murdered first. I am the least worried about that. I do not think Rob gets murdered first. Yeah, what Cupcake said is kind of how I felt, where once I saw Rob back and just watched him on pods and shit, I was like, ain't no way this man is getting murdered early. Like, he looks happy. So at the very least, he had a good time. That's all you can ask for. Mark Bauer seems like a stand mixer to me. What? Predator Hulu sci-fi thriller. Oh my God, Tara, I've been meaning to watch that. I forgot to watch that completely. Ooh, I got to get Leon in on that. Which non-CBS people do you think would be traitors? Donna Kelsey. I think one of Lisa or Dorinda could be a traitor also. I think Maura could be a traitor. And I think Johnny Weir could be a traitor. That's kind of the 4 breadths I'm thinking beyond the CBS. If Ian wins, does that settle the debate of Ian over Dan? I think that it settles that Ian is better than Dan on the Traitors. I don't think it settles the Big Brother side at all. Because I don't think the two games are comparable. Like, I think that, for example, I think Suri excelling in every game she plays is a testament to Suri as a player, and doesn't really mean that you can compare like Suri on Survivor versus this person on Survivor. I think they're separate things. Like, but that's also me. I know some people, the legacy changes for them with just overall cumulative. But for me, like, for example, Dan sucking on the Traitors did not change my opinion on Dan on Big Brother. It just solidified my thought that Dan is not good on the Traitors. You know what I mean? Are we going to see 3 in the turn to start? I could see 4 also. Last year we practically had 4 with the addition of Boston Rob. So I could see 4 being the case, especially if they want to like cover more territory. So they could do Housewife, CBS, Donna Kelsey, Johnny Weir. They could do that. That could happen. Oh, I didn't name Monet in that mix also. Monet could be a good shout also. I'm scripted first. Survivor and Traitors on my side. Link to my love of D&D and Blood on the Clock Tower more. Gotcha, and hero. You're right, people still want our faves to last as long as possible? Of course. Absolutely. The Pit is the best show with a reasonable release of season 2. The sad thing is I don't like a medical drama. I get queasy watching medical stuff. Ian could be a good pebble ice maker. Okay. I don't see Portia being picked. Commentators pod today. They sound great. I'm learning stuff. I love that, Jabriz. Yeah, I'm happy that's the effect that you're getting. Brittany could have changed in my opinion if she stayed with Danielle. To feel I'd agree with your opinion, but it would show her finally getting killer instinct, which is her weakness. Wait, what are you speaking about, Justin? What is this in reference to? Have you been tracking who Rob has been interacting with from the Trader Cast on socials? Absolutely not. I have no interest in looking at stuff like that because why would I want to inform myself or build a picture without the show? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to enjoy the off season before life gets busy. Oh, I still don't think I don't think it's the same. Like, I think there's just such different shows that if you go on the Traitors and you do well, it doesn't mean you're gonna do well or be good on Big Brother. I think they're different games. That's really what it is for me. One is a 2-week fast game. The other one is a 90-day marathon. You know, so it's very different to compare the two. It's like the argument of like, can an athlete do any sport? I don't think so. I think there are athletes that can absolutely do multiple sports and do decently at most of them, the Cerise of the athletic world. But I think for the most part, people are like good at their main thing. You know? Rob would not leave a spoiler trail for sure. I think Ian will be a fan favorite faithful if he makes it far enough, but I'm scared he'll get murdered early for being too faithful. That's my fear also, is that he just goes early. How are you getting around with Leon out of town? Getting around where? I'm home. I am home. I have nowhere to go. I have nowhere to go, chat. I have nowhere to go. Where am I going to go? Oh, so I bought a brand new desk, chat. I bought a brand new standing desk. It is a thicker desk. It is 1 inch thick versus half an inch thick on the board. So this wobble thing should allegedly be done by Monday or Tuesday. So get hyped for that. Should be exciting. And here's the problem I had with this purchase. So this was my big purchase for Boxing Day. The issue is by mistake, I bought the right top. It's a black surface. So I bought the right surface, but accidentally I bought the white legs, the white frame. And so I tried calling the company right after I purchased last night to see if I could just change it to the black ones. And the black ones cost like $10 more, so I was going to just pay the $10 more. No one answered my call. I was like, fuck it. I'll wake up today and I'll call them. I called them today. It had already shipped. So I'm fine with it. It's just my entire furniture selection is black. So I'm like, what do I do with? Maybe I need to switch it up. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but it's something that I have to deal with now. But standing desk coming. No more wobbles. No more wobbles, chat. We're good. Have you been enjoying the wings and mac and cheese? Ugh, I'm so sick of the wings and the mac and cheese. Like, actively so sick of it. I don't want any more. I do not want any more, but it is what it is. Can I paint it? I mean, I could. It is an expensive desk. So the fact is, this is supposed to be my forever desk, and now it's coming in a frame color that I don't prefer. But I think it should be fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal, ultimately. I could also wrap it with, like, something cool. Or, like, just black tape or something. I could figure it out. It's fine. But yeah, I'm sick of the food I've made already. Luckily, there's some leftover for Liana to try when she gets back, but come on. Come on. How about comedians on the Traitors? Should there be more on the US show? Absolutely. It depends on the comedian. Like, it really depends on the comedian. There's some comedians I do not want to see. And then there's some comedians I would absolutely love to see. I think would be very fun. So it just depends who they get. Yeah, we'll see. I think comedians have proven to be a very fun time on these shows. So why not use more of them? Like, they're right there. Please do it. Go ahead and do it. Do you have concerns about crossing back into US after RHEP in Toronto? Will Liana be with you at least? Liana's not going to be with me. I'm not concerned, chat. I think I'm paranoid, but I do not think I'm worried. Yeah. Like, I have nothing to worry about. Granted, I've not done that since, you know, but I'm trying not to think about it, because if I do, it's just going to ruin my day. Order the one you want, black on black, and refuse delivery on the white one with black top. Kiki, that's what the person on the phone suggested. The problem is, I felt weird ordering, because it's like, the frame itself is like close to $500. Like, I don't want to order another thing worth $500 and then hope that things work out and they pay me back on the purchase. Like, I felt like that was a bridge too far almost. That I was like, I don't want to stress about this, you know? I can't get any type of read on how Natalie will do or how she will play. Neither can I, to be honest. I don't know. I would love to see her as a faithful, a traitor, but I think she's going to be a faithful, and I think she would do fine as a faithful. So, do I think Jeff Probst will do traitors? No, I do not think so. I don't think so. He did Beast Games, which is surprising, but I would have never expected that either. I do think traitors will dip into the influencer pool soon. It depends what constitutes an influencer. Like, it really depends on what constitutes an influencer. Like, could they get a YouTuber on? They should. I've long said that there are good YouTubers out there for them to get, or good content creators for them to get. Celebrity Traitors UK brought Nico, who is one of the biggest YouTubers in the UK. And they voted him out first, bless him. But he would have been fun if they kept him in. He would have been chaotic. I think there's a lot of good candidates for them to pull if they would like to. But who are your trader predictions and your winner pick? Don't have a winner pick. My predictions for the traders I've already named before. It's if I'm putting a CBS person or persons in there, it's Natalie and Tiffany. But my big prediction has been it's going to be non-CBS, and it's going to be Donna Kelsey, Johnny Weir, and like one of Dorinda or Lisa. Now I think Maura could be in the mix as well. But I don't have a winner pick. To the question asker who said the thing about still having access to that, you should be able to if you were watching it during like it being there. So you're fine. You're absolutely fine. No worries. Hope you enjoyed. Hey, I applied for a job that pays a decent amount more and they wanted to interview me. Bad news, I have to give my current job 2 weeks for unpaid time off for this interview. Should I just call one day sick for the interview? What should I do? I feel like I have to schedule this interview soon. I think just call in sick and go to the interview would be my pick. Because 2 weeks notice for unpaid time for this interview seems like a lot to do if it's just for 1 day. Why? Because if you can just take the 1 day, take the 1 day. At the end of the day, your well-being is more important, and that new job could be what matters more. Unless you're working for like your family, I would say don't worry about it. And even if you're working with family, they would understand. You know what I mean? Like, just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself and go for the 1 day, because taking 2 weeks of unpaid time only to then not get a job and then not get paid would be bad, right? So I would say bluff them. Bluff them. I'm not feeling good. Bluff them. That's my recommendation. You are so patient for repeating yourself often on streams and podcasts. Do you ever feel like a broken record? Not really, because I do understand that not everyone listens to everything I do, especially nowadays with more and more content out there. I just can't think that way. That like you have watched and heard everything I've said and should already know this. Because the reality is I also tune into some podcast streams like in a blue moon. Like I've not been there in a minute and I have questions. So like I would hope they would answer my questions there also. I try and not just like rinse what I'm saying over and over again. And I try and like switch it up at least a little bit so it doesn't sound exhausting. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what they meant is 2 weeks notice before taking the day off. Just call in sick. Just call in, book a time and call in sick for that day. All right, next question in the forum. Did you give Taryn an option of who to talk about on the trailers, or did you only invite him to do Ian? I reached out. I made some decisions of like who I could see being like covering who, and then I put him as Ian. We contacted him. He said he'd do it, and that was it. It wasn't like a here's a menu, select which options you would like situation. It was more so a, would you do this one? And if the person was like, I don't know this person, or is there anyone else available? We'll be like, okay, maybe you can do this one. But no, for the most part, you were called with a role in mind, basically. Why are you so convinced Donna Kelsey is going to be a traitor? Because Donna Kelsey is, first of all, the Super Bowl is going to be on Peacock this year. Donna Kelsey is recognized by NFL fans and recognized by the Swifties now. And those are two very big universes, very big multiverses that could be brought into the show, could be brought into watching the show by way of Donna Kelsey. That's one. The second is I see Donna Kelsey being who they see being their Carolyn this season. The person no one's going to assume is a traitor. That's who they see Donna Kelsey being, which is why I can see them giving Donna Kelsey that. Also, I don't think they want Donna Kelsey murdered early. So, and usually someone older is a big candidate for getting murdered early on. So those reasons are why I'm laying my stake on Donna Kelsey as a traitor. She's my one that I'm like willing to call it. And like, I don't know what I would say, or like if I'm wrong, blank. But yeah. And she'll get more screen time as a traitor. Absolutely. So that's my read on it. That's why I could see her being a traitor. And like, cause I feel like Traitors US hasn't done this yet, but we've had the older woman be selected as a traitor on other franchises. And almost always it's been cinematic experience. It's been absolutely fun. So also chat once again, shout out to Cook Unity for sponsoring this stream. If you would like to get yourself a discount, good eats at a reasonable price, feel free to use my link. Get 50% off for fresh chef-cooked food at your doorstep. Is it too obvious that Donna will be a traitor? I feel like she's the most recognizable person there. I don't think so, Grace. I don't think she's the most recognizable person there. I think that if you're not tapped into football like that, you might not know who it is. Like, I think I know who she is because of the last name. And then I know who is dating her son. But I don't think she's the most recognizable person there. I just can't see both Mrs. Kelsey and Dorinda together, which is why I think then Lisa could be one potentially. Were you alone for Christmas? Yes, I was. I was here on my own the last 2-3 days. Okay, so the person came back with the extra information on the Paul situation. Define being close. We've started hanging out more. We recently joined a soccer team together. Before this incident, it really felt like we were hitting it off. It feels like there are lingering stares, but maybe that's just in my own head. Why is Paul particularly upset with you? Wouldn't Paul have given you the address? It seems like he's upset with everyone, not specifically me, but he didn't say that he was going to clap anyone else. The choice of words felt like it could have been intentional, but also could just be me reading into things. I have no idea why he didn't give us the address. It seems like if you were having a party, the address would be the most important thing to remember. Yes, but Paul is a wild card. Paul can be a wild card, though, so it's on brand. What led to this phrase? He saw evidence of us all hanging out on socials, and I think he got FOMO. He started messaging us all while we were still at the party. I might just be reading into things, but there's also part of me that I can't shake that thinks there might be more to it. I don't know. If you think this was like a flirty mean, right? Like it's like, wow, without me, you went out, you did this without me. Why? Why would you, how could you do this to me? That's different than like, he sounds mad, you know? Because then I don't think that makes sense. But all of that to say, I think I still maintain what I said earlier, which is nah, like this ain't good. This is not no good behavior from Paul, not from you. And also, we caught up with the forum chat. That was quick. Oh no, we got two more. I recently went on a first date. We agreed to split the bill. We ordered a big appetizer sampler to share, but when the check came, my date said they'd only pay for a percentage of food that they ate and came up with an arbitrary number, it felt like. I genuinely didn't know how to react. I'm not sure how to feel. It felt a bit red flaggish to me, but I'm not sure yours or chat's thoughts. I feel like this is a very fun question usually. The who should pay. Because I think that if you both agree to split the bill, then you just split it down the middle and you move on. Especially if it's a date. If it's like, if I'm hanging with friends, my mentality when I'm hanging with friends is, hey, I'll pay for this one, you'll pay for the next one, like we'll be fine. Especially if we're like hanging out for a couple of days, I'm like, all right, I'll get this check and then you'll get me on the next place we walk into. And that's fine. Or if we're splitting, it'll be like, okay, I'll pay and then everyone will pay me back for the stuff they bought. If there was a shared app, we just divide that, like 3 people had that, we divide that by 3, regardless of who ate how much. Because what are we going to police each other's consumption? Like, you know, there were 6 mozzarella sticks. You ate 4, I ate 2, so I kind of should only pay a third of that. No, like we're paying half. We agreed to split, so let's just split. So that's actually the arbitrary number is very weird to me. I do think that's a strange thing to do, especially again on a date. Like a date, you're splitting down the middle if it's on a date. Unless it's a very particular reason behind it. Here's one thing I will say. If you were like, oh, I really want to get this item, and they're like, I'm not really feeling it though. You're like, no, trust me, it's good. Then I could kind of understand. I would even say you should pay if you pushed for an appetizer that they didn't really want. But if it was like a just regular, they order the app, you order the app, and then just pay down the middle. Let's move on. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Then I'm like, we're doing too much. But also give your partner a third mozzarella stick. I agree. Depending on the price of item, I feel like itemizing can be fair if it's super expensive or uneven portions. The person who pays is the person that suggested going there. I mean, listen, the reality is they agreed to split the bill. They agreed to do it. So everything else on like principle goes out the window, whether or not it's like, oh, this person should pay first, or oh, this person suggested. They agreed to split the bill. So now we're looking at what else happens beyond that. Like I said, I think that if it's an item they didn't really want, and then, or if it's a situation where it's an item that was bought, but then you didn't really eat any of it, then that's different. So yeah. The one time I don't think it's fair to split evenly is whenever everyone is downing drinks and I'm getting a Diet Coke. I hard agree with that. If we're going out for drinks and like there's people splitting pitchers and shit and you like ordered like your own mixed drink on the side, then you just pay for your mixed drink. They can split the pitchers. I think that makes the most sense. I wonder if the bill was more than they expected and was embarrassed they couldn't cover it and that was an excuse. Honestly, that could be a shout, which is why I would still say that this to me isn't a deal breaker at all. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Ultimately, I don't think it's like a red flag, like a red flag. I just think it's one of those things where I would be confused because I would have assumed we're just splitting down the middle. Yeah, yellow flag may be the better description here. Because this wouldn't deter me from going on date number 2, for example. At all. You found an Easter egg. What is this? That is not a cloak. Just don't let it be a habit. I mean, just if it becomes a thing, just discuss it. Be like, hey, can I ask you, is this? Because actually, no, you know what? Go on another date, agree to split down the middle, see how it goes again. If it's like, okay, well, I technically ate this or that, then that's just how they are. And that's fair. Now you know. Because I'm telling you, it depends on the friend. Like with people, everyone's different. I very much, if I'm out with friends, I mean, bar it being like, if it's like me and another friend and we're eating and it's like $50, I'll just pay it. And I don't expect them to pay me back. I would just be like, all right, you can get the next one. That's fine. Or I'll just get it, you know? I'll get it. And it's like, no, what are you doing? Come on, let's just split it. Like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Just pay the next one. That way it's like, I've done it. Then you get the next one. We're all good. But there are other friends that will definitely be like, hey, so you owe like $18.65. And I'm like, okay, cool. I will give you $18.65. It depends on the person. So yeah. B Subtle says next time get less than them and see if the split is the same. Yeah, maybe next time you eat less of the app and see what the suggestion is on the split. But yeah, I think it just depends on the person. Everyone kind of looks at things a little differently. Why didn't you travel with Liana? Because I had stuff to do. I had things to work on these last couple of days that I needed to get done while Liana was gone. And it made more sense for me to do it. She ended up last second getting tickets to go for Christmas. And I was like, you know what? I can brave the storm here alone for a couple of days. I'll be okay. Would there ever be an RHAP Live Traitors event? Sadly, I do not believe that will be the case. What strategy would you have for someone going on Survivor with initial social anxiety that leaves after 5 or less days? I think that it's tough, but it's almost like you got to trick yourself into being a little less anxious. It depends on the person on how they can do that. For example, the way I would try and trick myself in that situation would be, no one here knows me. I can play the role of a more like egotistical, confident person a little bit. Or I can be a little bit more open because I'm going to leave in like 20 days and never see these people again, maybe. So that's kind of the move, I would say. Because I think it's going to be very tough. Or you find one person that you feel really good about, and that can be your anchor, right? That can be the person that you can be a little bit anxious with, who can help you. It's very hard to find that person, but if you find that person, you're in a good spot. We have seen people who find their person and it works out, or people who think they found their person and it doesn't work out, so it's tough. But that would kind of be the way I would go about it, is I would have to convince myself a little bit of like, no, you got this. No. Like, you know what I mean? It's tough. But I think that's the method. Yeah, the Riz God method. Honestly, the Riz God method a little bit. Peach Toast, happy holidays. Being home alone is not bad. I miss Liana, and I think like there's been moments where it's been tough, but for the most part, I've been okay. I've been fine. The cats are doing well as well, thankfully. They're living their best life in this house. Did you and Liana get together before or after you started to be on RHAP? We met through RHAP. We did not meet before RHAP. It would have been tough because she was in the States and I was in Canada, but we met through podcasting. I went out with a bunch of people, most I didn't know, on Christmas Eve. A few people took part in the ordering, and there were several dishes that were mostly left over. I didn't get to order any dishes. Also, many people drank beers, and I did not. Should it have been split evenly between 15 people? If it's with people you don't know, I do not think so. I think that they usually probably do it this way, but I would want to, I mean, if they're all paying equally, I would feel awkward to maybe bring the subject up. But if it's between 15 people and I have to pay 100 and I drank no beers and ate very little food, I do not want that. at all. So no, that would be a hard no from me. I would pay for what I got because again, I don't know y'all like that. Like, yeah, I don't think I would be comfy with that. Because also when it's a few people ordering all the stuff, it's tough because it's like, but what if I don't like any of this stuff? So, Skibbity, do you come here to get attention? Because you're not going to get it from me if that's what you want. You've been here you've made an account 11 minutes ago. So you're not getting attention here. The cats are doing well. The thing is, they don't want attention from me. I literally was watching All Her Fault the entirety of Christmas Eve night, and I was watching from the living room. They never showed up. The whole 8 episodes, they never showed up once to see me. So, yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, chat? Nothing that can be done in that situation. What did I give Clam and Pearl for business Christmas? Food. I fed them. I fed them food. So they got food and they got some pets. They did come into yesterday. I left my door open the entire time I was working, and they did show up and hang out with me a little bit. So that was nice. I did appreciate that from the girls. Hey, Pooya, 25 mil. I'm about to go on a date with this guy soon, and I'm really nervous because I haven't dated in a few years. We met on Bumble and have been talking, and he really seems like a total match for me. I just feel really weird not having been on a date in so long and don't know how to handle it. First of all, question asker, thank you for sharing. This is exciting, though. This is exciting because I get it, though, fully. Dating can be a little scary, and you can be in a situation where you've not done it in a time. You feel rusty. You feel unsure. How does one act normal, right? I think that just remind yourself, you are clearly vibing with this person online. There is no reason why you can't keep the same energy in person. And more often than not, that energy will translate to in person. So I think just don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Remember that for some people, they also find dating to be nerve-wracking a little bit. And more often than not, if you're on a date with somebody who you've talked to long enough, who likes you enough to go on a date with you, if you read nervous, they're going to, for the most part, try and like make sure you have a good experience also. So just don't overthink it, honestly. Try not to overthink it. Just have fun. Just go and have fun. Have a good time. Just picture as you're hanging out with somebody that you connected with, which is factual, you know? Aaron, welcome in. What ended up being the biggest items in Liana's advent calendar? This like robot looking fidget toy that sticks to the wall. It was very weird. I would like to share it with you some other time. But while we're here and you've reminded me, shall we see what are the remaining ducks in the advent calendar? Because we looked up everything till Saturday last week, which would have been the 20th. So we have 4 to go? Yeah, we have 4 to go. So let's look at those real quick. Cats are weird. My cats are super friendly to other humans, even strangers, but my friends' cats do not care for other humans at all. Some cats, yeah, like Clam will hang out with other people, no problem. Pearl will hide under the couch for days until the people that are here leave. So, all right, so the 21st we have, okay, Punk Duck with a little mohawk action. Okay, nice. I'm really fucking with these ducks, you know. This was a great advent calendar pick. $22, a lucky number for me, because it is my birthday, the 22nd, and it's na Bat Duck. My mom has 9 outdoor cats, and I'm really concerned. Oh my god. 9? Do the ducks float? I have to imagine they do. Yeah, it'd be weird if they didn't, right? Why wouldn't they float? And number 23, we've got... Oh, it's green. Oh my God, it's Frankenduck. All right, last one. This would have been the final one to open. Christmas Eve would have been. Oh, so spoiler alert. This is the one Liana wanted because she saw it on the box. I don't know why Frankenduck's in a suit. These are hard questions to answer, chat. All right, I'll gift that to Liana when I see her tomorrow. What the fuck? Baby is back, baby. All right. I'm 21 male, like a 23 female. We have been friends for 2.5 years and talk on and off. We haven't talked in a few months, but I liked her for years. I want to make a move, but I'm nervous of ruining our friendship, and she knows that I know most of her exes, but knows that we aren't friends. Not understanding the last part. Here's the bit of advice I will give you. I am the person who always feared sharing how I felt because I didn't want to lose out on the friendship that we had. The only time, and like the thing is, that never really changed. That was kind of built into who I am as a person. If I ever ended up feeling any kind of feelings towards someone I was friends with already, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin the dynamic we had already. The only time that I ended up making the leap, and that was because in my heart, I was like, I need to share this, and if it takes our dynamics out, then it takes our dynamics out. It was Liana. I had to. I felt like I needed to be honest with her and honest with myself, and the rest is history. So I think that it's a situation where you have to consider consider looking down in the future. Because I think also what I would say the other part is all the people who I didn't share my feelings with because I didn't want to lose out on those friendships, I don't talk to anymore. Not because we had a falling out or anything. We just kind of drifted, We just drifted. And I think for the most part, the whole worry about the dynamic shifting, I feel like that's more of a thing when we're in high school and we're in school generally than when we're older. I think as adults, it ain't that deep. You move on, For the most part, I think. Ali said, ruin the friendship always. I had this happen to me a few times and I didn't reciprocate. I'm still friends with most of them. The only time we didn't stay friends was when they got weird about it afterwards. That's how I've always been. I've always been I know from my end, shit ain't gonna change. I'm gonna just be regular after that. But if they change, then they change. It is what it is. But I think, it's one of those things, it matters a lot more when you're younger, I think. When you're older, it's listen, was that a moment between us? No? All right, my fault. Let's move on. It ain't that deep. Especially if you're just going to have a conversation and be like, hey, I kind of like you. Is this a thing? Is a lot more different than I'm going to make the big romantic gesture of renting out a whole room and putting rose petals. Do not do all that. Because then if they're like, I don't see you that way, goodbye, friendship. The friendship's done at that point. May I post a link to an Amazon listing to show what I meant above? Yes, Cannabis. Go ahead. How did you give up cleaning your ears with Q-tips? I can't stop. Because I knew someone who told me a story about how they knew someone who fucked up their ears doing that, and I never wanted to do anything with it again. Oh, to put the ducks on? The thing is, I don't want the ducks on display. I don't want the ducks on display. I don't know where I'm gonna put them, but they're not gonna be in like the stream background or anything. Although with this new desk, I think I'm gonna shift some shit around back here. I think. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. Have I ever used the earwax removal kit with the camera? Absolutely not. That sounds like it would freak me out. If I'm being honest. I bought my husband a metal one so it's not pushing stuff in. Oh, interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing. I did not know that was a thing, chat. Also, I know someone earlier asked about Goose Goose. I think Bree, it was you, and I think, are you still here? You might not be here. That was very early into the stream. I currently do not know where we stand with Goose Goose. I think there's a world where we take one more week off and then just kick off the new year with Goose Goose. A couple of things got in the way, and also Liana gets back late tomorrow night, so probably like Sunday's my time to spend time with her before she, like, you know. Although, does she go back to work on the 29th? I'm not sure. I think she does. I'm not sure though. Maybe. So it's still undecided, but you'll see a post from me Sunday morning to know if that's the case. Alex, what's good? Christmas was fine, Alex. My wife went away to go to be with her family for Christmas. So I spent Christmas home solo, but it's been cool. I had some work to do anyway, and then just kind of watched some shows, played some FIFA. Finally played FIFA after a long time because I didn't touch FIFA this year, really. So played some FIFA, played some games with friends. So, you know, we kept it chill. We kept it cool, you know? Yeah. How was your Christmas? Solo Christmas gang. Yes, Tara. FIFA shit gave up so early. Honestly, I didn't touch Ultimate Team this year. I played some clubs with friends for the first time. I'd never done clubs before, which that was fun. And then yesterday, I was like, you know what? Let me take over United because we're in the bin this year. And then I got United back on their feet, and that was nice. Christmas or just chilling. Sounds good. It's early. Are you going to bed now, or did you wake up early? Because isn't it like 5 a.m. where you are? Get the lesson twos in chat. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you, Lori. I don't sleep. Relatable. As someone who I am a recent quitter of sleep. Quitter of the no sleep crew. I resigned because I needed to get some sleep in to fix my sleep schedule. My life was in shambles. But then I think the last couple of days I may have ruined it again. So we'll see. We'll see. Any tips for falling asleep? I'm the worst one to ask because I don't fall asleep conventionally. I think I fall asleep with like music in my ears or something in my ears more often than not. Have I found my New Year's video from last year yet? Let's see. What video is this? It's a pool accessory, but it looks like you can... Oh no, that's not it. That's an Amazon stream. That's the Amazon stream from the Promise month. The one where we got this lovely duck from. I was off this weekend. I felt my sleep schedule. I'll be crying Monday. We'll get that. We have time to turn this around. We have time to turn this around. Let's believe in ourselves. We can do this. So I guess the answer is no, I don't have it yet. It's somewhere. I believe I downloaded it though. I really do. So it's just a matter of where did I put it. So like, let's see, for example, when is this video from? This is from May 25th, 2022. So that is not the one. When is this video from? This video is from September 30th, 2023. So it's not that one either. Ooh, I have it, right? I have it somewhere, surely. Surely it's somewhere. I may not have it. Chat, it may be over for me. The Oxford song? Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. Yeah, chat was really into the song as well when I shared it with them last week. Totally get going to bed early. I work customer service from 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. when I'm exhausted. See, I don't go to bed. When I say early, for me, 2 a.m. is early. That's when I'll like not go to bed. That's an early time. Seb, welcome and thank you for the 14 months. Happy birthday. 3 more minutes. Well, we wished you before that was too late. Happy birthday, Sam. Thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate it. I got a Nod Pod. It's a weighted blanket for your eyes. Ooh, what? What is the sorcery? The Nod Pod? Let me look it up. Although I don't like being blindfolded for my sleep. Nod Pod. Oh, shit. It is a weighted blanket for your eyes. What? Robert Tubies, thank you for the 11 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the sub. Holy crap. Wait, they got a weighted pod for your body. Oh, then it's just a weighted blanket. Normally I work 3 p.m. until midnight, so my schedule off. Gotcha. All right. Last call on the forum chat, and then I'll start wrapping up here. So yeah, basically, maybe Goose Goose on Sunday. If not, a VOD will happen. And then you will see me New Year's Eve. So this isn't the last stream of the year for us. At the very least, you're going to see me New Year's Eve. If not, also Sunday, if we get Goose Goose stuff sorted out. So, yes. Them's the plans as of right now. What's Goose Goose? It is basically, Alex, it's Among Us. It's Among Us with proximity chat and roles built in. It's a game called Goose Goose Duck that is on Steam, that is free, that is essentially Among Us, that I've been running every week for the last 200 weeks or 5 years. I host a lobby with friends and people that I invite to come over and play it out. New Year's Eve is best with the crew. Hell yeah, it's the tradition. We've been doing New Year's Eve here every year. Now it's going to be very interesting for me because I am going to be doing New Year's Eve, the stream on Central Time, when the last 4 years have been East Coast, or East Coast for all of them. So I think for New Year's Eve, we start up the same time we usually do, probably. Or like, did we do 9 p.m. for New Year's Eve? I forget. It would be great if I found that VOD, right? That would tell me how long the New Year's Eve streams are. Because I'm thinking either 9 p.m. Eastern or just 10 p.m. Eastern like usual. The good news is I do have both my 24-hour streams saved, but these New Year's... Oh, there we go. Which New Year's Eve is this? Hold on. This is downloaded in 2024, so this is 2 years ago. And this one is January 1st, 2024. Wait, are these not the same? And streams, and we had a good ass time, and I will be asking her to come back for season 2. I feel like I get called on a lot on pods. If I'm driving, look up, Jim, give me a cameo, and then that way. Watching a video. See my mouth move, so you can't. Honestly, they're kind of cute. Is it gone? I feel like it's gone. No. Can I look? I'm just gonna look real quick. Look. I'm gonna look real quick. Hey, maybe I'm gonna conquer my fear. Okay, great. Oh, this is during the BB25. I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. That is bad. Yeah, this is during the pressure cooker. So this would have been BB20. So this is 2 years ago. Okay, so New Year's Eve stream is 2 years ago. And then this one. Some of our favorite moments. Did I just save the same one twice? This is the same one. Why do I have the same video downloaded twice? 4:18:10? You are joking me. That's just the same video. Oh my god. All right, well, good to know. Did I delete another one because I thought, oh god. What the fuck? All right, what was this one again? December 31st, 2021. Okay, so we have that one. Lovely. Let's see.
Yeah, or did I?
All right. All right.
I mean, I know.
Nope, that's just a tier list that I saved with Sasha on that date. Never mind. Never mind. New Year's Eve is going to be hype with less than 24 hours for tiers. You get exactly. So let's say for as of right now, it'll be 10 p.m. Eastern start time. That could change, obviously, as I look through my content to see if I can find this video, because I have to have it somewhere, right? Surely this stream was downloaded after I was ridiculed for not downloading it before. Surely I had the forethought to save it this time. It would be embarrassing if I didn't. Remember you were under weather last year? Was I not feeling well? That sounds about right. These are not it. Do I not? And the thing is, I don't rename my files either. So would I have it as NY? No. What about NYE? Nope, not here. And then it would have been the only other place it could be is in my Twitch folder in my files, but I checked it just now and it's not there. So I don't know where else it could be. It's just not there. Miss Teddy, yay, Miss Teddy. No, I downloaded it, right? Surely I downloaded it. And I just didn't rename it or something. What's this one?
I was like, no, Miss.
That's that same tier list I opened like a second ago. What's this one? Oh my god. Same. Yeah. Bad turn on HKL girl. Shan, man. No. Okay, this is just a pad maybe? I couldn't tell. That was like 5 hours. Anyway. All right, chat. Well, we'll figure it out. Is there any questions in the forum remaining? No. I'm shutting down the forum. So we leave 2025 with 4,690 questions answered. I think if we did the math last time, we're like about to hit like 6,700. Oh my God, are we about to hit 6.7? We might have to be hitting 6.7. Maybe, perhaps, potentially. Alrighty. Chat, y'all take care. Have a good one. I appreciate you. We will be back on, at the very least, Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday? New Year's Eve? Wednesday night. If not, Sunday. We'll be making it happen. I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for making this year another memorable one. This, we'll reflect on it more, but I think this has been my best year to date. And we'll talk about that extensively on the 31st. I appreciate y'all so much. Appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who subbed and bidded. Thank you everyone for the new followers. First time chatters, thank you for coming out of lurk mode to say